I was in Bentonville, Arkansas, recently rushing to catch a flight back to Chicago, and I found something that really blew my mind. I rounded a corner and was met with this sort of stunning glass of wood kiosk to my left. Couldn't help but notice it just because it was this beautiful thing kind of in a forgettable terminal. But what really caught my eye was a dancing robot inside of it. And so technically it was a robotic arm, but it was legitimately grooving in a way that I kind of couldn't keep my eyes off it. So naturally, flight be damned, I had to step closer and see what this thing was. And what I found was an automated coffee kiosk serving one of the best cups of coffee I've ever had traveling. The magic behind it is a company called Onyx Coffee Lab. And as I've found out, it's one of two robotic kiosks they have in the area. Keyword there is lab. As a brand, they seem to really thrive on experimentation, as well as, of course, best ingredients for great coffee, etc. But what they did to bring this to life was they partnered with a company actually out of California to really create an experience that replicated their most popular drinks with sort of that incredible barista precision with no humans in sight. The result is something called Onyx Bionics, which is of course a great name, and it is staffed by a single dancing robot, a sassy robot, if you will. And as late as I was for my flight, I had to give it a try. So here's how it works. You walk up and immediately greeted by a little robotic dance. You place your order via touchscreen or QR code. I chose the latter just because it was something I wanted to kind of go through from a process standpoint. The ordering interface is what you'd expect. It's sort of like any mobile menu. But the real magic happened when you hit buy. The robot immediately sprang into life. It crafted my oat milk flat white perfectly and then gently placed the cup on the counter behind the glass like any barista would, kind of signaling you that your coffee's ready. And to retrieve it, I just tapped the confirmation on one of the three tablets they have up front, and like magic, the window behind that tablet opened, and the robot put my coffee right there. Ironically, I had just had the same drink at an actual Onyx Coffee Lab about 2 hours prior, and the differences between the two are interesting because there wasn't a lot. Sure, the one created by a barista maybe had some more nuance to it, but this was still a great flat white. It was amazing. And that really got me thinking about what I was experiencing, what this could actually mean to sort of that future kind of premium grab and go. I mean, so for one, is this the future of premium grab and go? Is robotic sort of, process and delivery within this moment something we're going to see more of? And I kind of expect we might. Because why shouldn't we expect great products made fresh exactly when and where we want them? It's sort of an American sort of, ideal in a way, but why not? And why not buy robots? I don't see robotic arms replacing our favorite baristas in corner cafes, but in this moment where there's, sort of an anonymous sort of experience, I'm just rushing through something, this type of kind of robot customer service interaction actually does sort of make sense. Two, robots as the face of a brand. It's this concept that we've seen sort of played out here and there, but not really truly the face of a brand. And in this moment, that's exactly what it was. And the way that Onyx Bike shifted from that what's this weird robot in the corner feeling to a friendly, almost playful presence was really interesting to me. I mean, despite the absence of any human staff, it brought the brand to life through subtle movements and little gestures that made the whole experience feel really fun and inviting, something I want to do again. And then three, building trust through transparency, I think is key. And that's exactly what this was doing from the ground up design of the kiosk. I mean, everything was glass. I could see, the ingredients. I could see where it moved. But even more than that, it was almost the robot's reaction to my actions, to my inputs, understanding that I could control it and understanding that, as it moved over there, I could see what it was going to be doing before it did it. It was all very deliberate. And in a lot of ways, that sort of transparency gave me ease, gave me sort of, an understanding of what was going to be happening and a little bit of trust that this is actually going to produce what I want. Ultimately, that's what it did. It produced a great cup of coffee in a really incredible way through an incredible experience. One I won't forget, one I'm talking about right now in a video. And so what's the brand value there? Yes, there's clearly a need for ROI in the near term to understand, is this actually going to be making money? Is it a drag on finances? But what an incredible experience for me and others, and what an incredible association of innovation to a brand like Onyx, one that I won't lose as I go back and experience more of their products. And one that I could definitely see other brands and other large brands taking note of and perhaps leaning into.